Hey everyone, thanks for joining me as I rank all of the Flee the Facility legendary sets after the Christmas update. So a lot has changed, and this list is based on rarity, collecting, and demand. But this list is going to be different than the first few videos. So sets that are never going to be coming back are going to be ranked way higher and more rare than those that keep returning during Wendy's updates. So you might disagree with me on a few of the values, and that's totally okay. Just like the video, leave me a comment, and tell me what I got right and what you think that I got wrong. So let's get into it. Starting off this list, I'm gonna add a set that I don't usually include, but I probably should have. So starting with number 38, we have Smash Bros and Oof. These definitely go together and they're adorable, but they've been available for forever and still are. So I'm gonna put them here at the bottom of the list. And then number 37, Nuclear Waste. Same as Smash Bros, it is still around, and since many people have these for trade, the hammer is pretty accessible, and you can get this now in the crates for a chance to land on it with 300 credits, and the Toxic Gem became much more available after the Halloween update too. Number 36 though is gonna go to VIP Ban. So I did up the VIP hammer on the rarity collectible list since yes, it is always available and anyone can get it at any time, but it does have to be purchased for Robux or trade for it if you don't have them, and that makes it just a little bit more valuable than the prior two. So coming in at number 35, we have Toy Elf. It came out in 2019, 2020, and again this year for 1,500 credits. And Toy Elf is not one of my favorites because it's a little bit lower on the demand list, and therefore you aren't going to get a very big trade up, but it is technically more rare than Nuclear Set, VIP, and Smash Bros. So moving on to number 34, we have Blue Nut. This one has also come out since 2018 every single year for 1,500 credits. And since it does come out every Christmas, including this past one, it's going towards the bottom of the seasonal legendary list. I love Blue Nutcracker, I think it's a great looking hammer, but with it being available every single year, the rarity of the hammer drops significantly. And then at number 33, we have Krampus. This one came out in 2020 and again this last year for 1,500 credits. Because of that, the rarity of the hammer goes up a bit since it's only been out for 2 years, but I'm sure a lot of people are going to be getting it, especially with it reoccurring again this past year. And now number 32 is going to go to Snowman, or 150 credits in the event-only crates. And it came out in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. You get what I'm saying. It comes out every single year. So lots of people have it, but this is one of the cutest hammer sets that there are. So there is quite a bit of demand for this. And you might wonder what I'm doing with number 31, but I'm going to go ahead and throw Dave Pumpkins in here. Since it came back for 150 credit lottery for the Halloween event, it's been out since 2019, 2020, and this past Halloween. And the demand drops a bit, but it is a little bit newer than Snowman, so I did bump it up on the value list. In the number 30 spot though, Little Tree. This one was another 150 credit event only crate, and it came out in 2020 and again this past Christmas update. And since it was just available last year for the first time, not everyone has been able to max out on this hammer during every single Christmas update over and over again. So I'm gonna put it in the number 30 spot and feel really comfortable with that there. Now, this is gonna put us into the Halloween credit hammers. So starting with number 29 is Coffin. This was 150 credits in the event-only crate starting in Halloween of 2017, and it has come back every single year since then, so it's gonna drop quite a bit on the Halloween rarity list. Next 3 spots are reserved for the Hunter series, and as you know, these are all interchangeable, but I'm keeping number 28 with Alchemist. It came out last year and this past year, and so Alchemist is going to start off our Hunter series, and they're all pretty equal in value and rarity, and it's just a matter of which one you like better. So number 27 is going to be given to Warlock. Same situation, 1,500 credits, came out first time in 2020 and again this past Halloween update. So it's pretty even as far as Alchemist, Warlock, and Witch Hunter, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw the 26th spot over to the Witch Hunter just because I find that there is more preference for this in the trading post, and therefore I'm able to trade just a little bit more when I'm offering up my Witch set. For number 25, this is going to go to Tombstone. It came out in 2019, 2020, and again in 21 for 1,500 credits. And since it keeps coming out, the value of it definitely drops a bit, but I think that there actually is quite a lot of demand for this set. So we'll keep this here at number 25 and move on to number 24. With Blacklight Madness, this one just came out in 2021 and it was 150 credit crate pull. So it's newer than most of the other Halloween sets. However, since it was a crate pull, it's going to be just a bit lower than some of those more in-demand sets that were 1,500 credits and certainly more than were Robux. But if it comes out again next year, it's going to drop down on this list for sure. Number 23 leaves Lightbone. This set has come out every single year since Flea has been around, but it's a tried and true Halloween hammer that everybody loves, and it was a 1,500 credit hammer, and I'd say that this fits nicely in the number 23 spot. Now we go on to the anniversary release with number 22 being Mothership. This one came out in 2020 and again in 21 for 150 credits, which means that you only had about a 5% chance of getting it with your crate pulls. And because of that, it's like grabbing a lucky spin, and if you land on Mothership, good for you. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this one into the 22nd spot and keep it there. The next hammer locks in our number 21 spot as Midnight Light. So this is the newest 1,500 credit hammer for the Halloween update, and this one definitely outranks all other Halloween credit hammers as well as Mothership now that the update is over. And those who didn't get one, they can't unless they trade for them. So I think that this is a very solid spot for the Midnight Light set. In the 20th spot, we have the newest Christmas credit hammer for 1,500 credits. So Candy Cane Dart, I absolutely love the gem. It's really different than past gems, and I'm a super fan of the design. I absolutely love this hammer, and it's definitely going to outrank any other Christmas credit sets that there are. For number 19, I'm going to go ahead and put Classic Set here. So for this hammer, it has come back every single July since Flea started, and it does cost 650 Robux, but because it comes back every single year, the rarity dropped by quite a bit. When there were talks that it was never going to come back again, it skyrocketed in value, but then when it did, it dropped again. So in the 18th most valuable hammer is going to be Lucky Top Hat. This one did come out in 2018 and then it skipped 2019, which made the value go up significantly. But when it came back in 2020 and again in 2021, it dropped in value once more. So it does cost 650 Robux, which still makes it a pretty in-demand hammer. And I think everybody loves it. And with March coming up pretty soon, this is definitely going to be a hot item. So sitting in the number 17th spot, we have Snow Globe. Yes, I did say that the Candy Cane set was going to be the highest ranked Christmas credit set, but I had to put Snow Globe up here for the simple fact that it was really hard to get this year. When you were doing the 150 credit crate pulls, it was really hard to get a Snow Globe hammer. And it has a really cool special effect that no other hammer set does, as it drips snow while you're playing as Beast, and that is pretty darn awesome. So with that, I am gonna slide Candy Cane out of the highest ranked Christmas set and put Snow Globe in as the highest ranked credit Christmas set. And then we move on to some of the rare Christmas sets that cost Robux. For number 16, I'm gonna put Red Nutcracker. So this 650 Robux set came out in 2018, 19, 2020, and 2021, which is why it's the third lowest ranked Christmas Robux set that returned, if that makes sense. So I love the colors, of course, everyone knows that, but since it has come out every single year, every Christmas update, it's gonna be ranked pretty low on the Christmas Robux list. Moving on to number 15, we have Toy Santa, which came out in 2019, 2020, and again this year for 650 Robux. Again, this was the newer one after Red Nutcracker, so it easily fits in right there. And then we have number 14, which is the next newest one, Santa Chimney. So this just came out last year and again this year for 650 Robux, and therefore it's a higher rarity than Toy Santa, who has been out for 3 updates, and Red Nutcracker that's been out for 4 updates. Now, Santa Chimney is expensive and limited with few people having it, but I think it's one of the rarest Christmas hammers that there is, and I love it personally. So with Halloween not returning until October or maybe even November of next year, these Robux sets come up next with number 13, Darkbone Set. Now remember, I'm basing these off of rarity and collecting a bit more than demand. So since DB came out in 2018, 19, 2020, and again this past year at 2021, this 650 Robux set drops more than you'd expect. And I definitely think that it's a super in-demand hammer, but it is not a rare hammer. So moving on to number 12, we're gonna go ahead and throw in Slice Set. And I know that that surprises everybody like it did last time, but it stays way behind the anniversary hammers because Slice Set came back again this past update. Now, if for whatever reason it doesn't, it's gonna shoot up in value. But for now, this 650 Robux hammer, everyone was able to grab one if they had the funds right back in November, and so it's gonna drop a bit in the demand list. In the 11th spot, we have our first anniversary set. The newest 2022 set was 1,500 Robux and just came out a few weeks ago. There isn't a huge demand for it now, but as the year progresses, everyone will need a 2022 set to complete their collection. And you know me, sets that never come back again go above most of those that return year after year. So number 10 is going to be the 4th anniversary. This one came out in July of 2021, and it's not going to be coming back again. So once it left August 2nd, there it goes. And this hammer was available for 1,500 credits, which makes the rarity pretty slim, but by next year, it will be all the way up this list near the other anniversary hammers. But for now, I'll keep it here in the 10th spot. The 9th most rare hammer is going to go to 2021. This came out in December of 2020, so over a year ago, and it was 1,500 credits. The set is also one of the most valuable hammers that will never return. And yes, 2021 is one of the newest of them all, but it's going to be a lot harder to get now that 2021 is over. So if you're collecting and want every hammer in the game, you better get one of these. I'm going to say it again, a lot of people aren't going to like my number 8 pick, but it isn't the most rare hammer. So number 8 goes to Spooky Brew. It came out in 2020 and again just a few months ago for 650 Robux. And with Spooky coming back this past Halloween, I simply can't move it up into a higher slot when all the rest of the hammers are just never going to come back. Any anniversary or year hammer is one and done, and once they're here and they leave, they won't return. So Spooky Brew can and will apparently be making its appearance every Halloween update, and so it has to stay here in the number 8 spot. Now, the newest Halloween credit hammer is edging out Spooky with more demand and being more rare at number 7, Phantom Light. This was designed by Wendy and had made a splash in the trading post for 650 Robux. People were trading Spooky plus ads, and so I definitely think it belongs edging Spooky out, but we'll see how the year moves on if it is still as in demand as it is currently. So in the number 6 spot, I put Santa Boot. This is the newest Robux hammer costing 650 Rs, and I even traded mine for a 2nd anniversary set, so you know that the demand is up for these. And once the Christmas update is over, tomorrow, it's going to be really hard to get one of these. So followed super closely by number 5 is 3rd anniversary. This one came out in July of 2020 for 1,500 credits. Remember when everyone would decline your offers for 3rd anniversary set? Well, that is over. With the 4th anniversary out and 5th anniversary is just around the corner, 3rd anniversary is rising in value and will keep going up. As the years go on, these hammers get more and more valuable with fewer new flea players having them in their inventory. So hang on to this and trade it for something that you really, really love. Now we get into the yearly and anniversary hammers, starting with the 4th spot going to 2020 set. This came out in an event crate for 150 credits in December of 2019, and most people don't understand the value of this hammer, and it is really good from a collector's standpoint. So this hammer came out once and it's never coming back, and now that we're past 2021, this is going to shoot up in value too. Rounding out the top 3 is 1 Billion. It came out in September of 2019 for 1,500 credits, and you probably know that this didn't used to be one of my favorite hammers, but it is growing on me. I actually like it a lot more now. And if you're looking to collect every set in the game, you cannot miss having a Billion set in your inventory. And the second most valuable hammer is the 2019 set. This came out in December of 2018 for a 150 crate pull event, and it's one of the oldest ones that is never going to be coming back. So this is by far one of the rarest legendary sets in the game, but it doesn't have as much demand as second anniversary, so I had to move it back down to number 2. And finally, the most valuable and rarest set in all of Flee the Facility is, we all know it's second anniversary. So it's 650 Robux, came out in July of 2019, and this is everyone's favorite set if you're a collector. I love second anniversary too, and I think it is the rarest hammer in the entire game because even though there are older hammers than second anniversary, this one was a Robux hammer. So I really, really recommend you trading only Robux hammers for your second anniversary if you're willing to give it up. So that's my list. There are many hammers and so much that goes into trading for them. So I hope that you found this helpful and you make the right offer for your dream hammer. And don't forget to like this video if it was helpful, subscribe to my channel for more info, give it a like, ring the bell, do all the things, and leave me a comment about what you think about this value list and what you might change. Thanks so much, and I can't wait to see you again back here soon. Bye-bye.